boxing game in Terence this week. Bob Aaron talked about him wanting to go, at least the promoter, wanting him to go to 140. Here's Gamboa now. And he's nailed that left-handed drop. You're right there. He was getting brave. And he was out of position. And the rest of this round, he's fighting on instinct.
More importantly, he took some
Gamboa's legs out there long.
but he's making a stand. To his credit.
I still expect Terence to be cautious in a way and be patient. I don't expect him to get out of his style.
Here's Terence back as a southpaw again.
You and I have discussed this southpaw stuff ad nauseum, but he made it work for him.
Yes, he did. And here's Gamboa. He's down to the seventh time in his career. His legs still out there. And we're almost 2 minutes into this sixth round.
Very flat-footed. I was just going to say that. Colonel still looking a little shaky as he kind of walks forward with heavy feet.
Not just looking shaky, he is shaky. And I don't think Terence realizes that he's still in trouble. I think it's up on his toes a little bit and bounces around. Almost his lefty buckled underneath him. Talk about Gamboa. Closing seconds now. This is the sixth round. The bell ends the sixth. Terence Crawford. And for the first time since the first round, I get Crawford back ahead in the fight.
Be indelible.
And it's a moment for Omaha. And now can Terence Crawford continue what he started in the fifth round as we move to the second half of the fight. Crawford up in front in the front half. The legs appear to be back of Yuriorkis Gamboa.
Crawford pointing out the method slippery. There are a few pieces of ice still on the mat there, but ref says fight on.
Advertisements on the mat would be slippery.
Well, the thing is, for some reason, the Cuban corner people love to pour water down the guy's shorts. So he's dripping water all over the place. And of course, once that gets, there's actually a puddle on the dividing sign in the center of the ring, and that's where they're slipping.
They're sort of drenched right now. They're thoroughly dripping all over the
Yeah, it looks like a bathing
It's
suit.
serious.
Which suggests that they've been doing everything possible
To revive it.
to revive him.
As they should.
They're trying to mark shot him in catching. Right hand has been effective. Gamboa's stepping each other's front feet. Gamboa's doing a lot of slipping. And it's his own corner's own fault because, I mean, describe this. His trunks are bathing suit right now. amount of punches being landed by either fighter.
Gamboa has stopped being aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think he's thrown a punch this round.
Separating the two fighters. And the whole difference in the fight is the knockdown. Back in the 5th round. So while the crowd attendance is going virtually nuts, I don't know how far ahead Crawford really is on the score sheets. He's ahead.
I don't know if there's a if there's necessarily going to be a hometown advantage, but there shouldn't be a hometown disadvantage. And he'll get credit for everything he does at the very least.
Now here's Gamboa in the process of landing some shots. He dropped him. Hit him with the right hand and the left hand, and the knee went down.
As soon as Gamboa got offensive,
throwing his shoe-shine punches, Crawford blasted him one more time.
Crawford showing his chin at 2. Every time the Gamboa comes in and hits him with something, Gamboa seems to get some confidence. Terence comes right back.
Let's take a look at this knockdown. Now you see who's on the assault. Not really landing many blows, and then bang, right across the jaw, left hand, and a solid right hand. And it dropped it down to the canvas. Legs, Larry, don't look to me like they look. And he makes a big mistake by turning his back. He's lucky he wasn't clubbed behind the head, because Gamboa is a fighter. He's been down twice in the fight, and it's my belief that he hurt Terence Crawford at some stage in this 9th round. And Crawford cracked him again. It's straightened out the right leg of Gamboa. He got him again. That's a hard knockdown that time with the left hook. So if Gamboa is tough and Crawford would hurt, how about that? 27, 26 seconds. He still has time to finish him off. 22. This is Terence Crawford's coming out party in his own backyard.
well,
he knocked him down.
we questioned whether, even though Crawford had scored 2 knockdowns, we questioned what was going on with him. And he showed that he has some bottom and bottle to be a real champion.
Remember, there are stages in that round where I thought that he might have been hurt, and he drops him with a vicious left hook.
Never before defeated, obviously never knocked out. One of the most celebrated amateurs of his time.
4 knockdowns and eventually a TKO victory for him. And again, I thought that there was a stage in that 9th round where he might have been hurt. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but I had the feeling. But if it was, it just says more to the tremendous power that this guy has, as they say in England. I mean, he performed really admirably.
Was there pressure on him, or was there an opportunity? He made this an opportunity and put himself on the boxing map big time. His promoters and handlers.
Terence Bud Crawford.
So tell me, you think these folks will come back the next time?
I get the hair standing up on my
I have chills,
from the
Colonel.
crowd.
Who would have thunk it? Omaha, Nebraska
Party in the streets.
now becomes, hey,
Mardi Gras tonight.
And the good thing is we'll likely be back here again.
hey. You know some of the people who came from here? Marlon Brando, Fred Astaire. And you know who was born here? Bet you don't know this. Max Baer,
No kidding.
the heavyweight champion of the world. He moved to California when he was a youngster to become a fighter, but he comes from Omaha, and everybody who ever came from Omaha is now baying into the moon.
Well, Zuzki got his 4th round KO victory over Prince Doku. The Korobov unanimous decision against a very tough and awkward Jose Uzcategui.
God for blessing me with this victory. Without him, none of this would be possible. I'd like to thank my team for having a tremendous training camp with me and believing in me. But to get back to your question, I was, warming up, getting used to his style. The first couple of rounds, just wanted to test him out, see where he was at, and then adjust.
What was the adjustment? Because early on, he was hitting you cleanly. By the 3rd round, he was hitting you more than he was in the first 2. Power shots, jumping in and out. You stayed calm, but it wasn't getting better. What adjustment did you make after the 4th round?
Well, my coach told me to keep my hands up a little more and, catch him coming in. He was coming in wild, and I was just lazy. I wasn't, reacting as fast as I normally.
Why the switch from orthodox to southpaw?
Because I felt like I could make an adjustment with my jab because he always dropping his left hand, and I can get in a rhythm by catching him with the jab from the southpaw stance.
You hurt him so badly and dropped him and followed up so well, and then took over the fight. And then he looked like he hurt you later on in the fight. What happened there?
Well, he caught me with a good shot, being careless. I commend him. He caught me with a good shot.
We were just 2 warriors in the ring trying to get the victory, and he won.
This is your first professional loss. You barely lost as an amateur. I'm sure this is a strange feeling for you. When you were hurt and dropped, you got up and came right to him and wound up hurting him later in the fight. How did you do that?
Man, I think we could have continued the fight. And we could have proven that we were the champion. But the official decided to stop the fight, and we respect that.
That wasn't exactly the question, but we understand the answer. You have the heart of a champion. Thank you, Yuriorkis. Jim?
All right, the Colonel Bob Sheridan back here. Some final comments from Larry Merchant.
We came to see whether Crawford would conquer, and we saw him conquer. Somebody has to lose. He's been an outstanding fighter, Gamboa. I should point out something, Colonel. Soon there's going to be Lara, another Cuban fighter fighting, and then Rigondeaux. We're going to find out where these Cubans fit into this universe. The Russians have been accepted better in America and in the West than the Cubans have because of their style. This was a defeat for a Cuban of much accomplishment, and everybody in the boxing world, and maybe beyond, will be waiting for Terence Crawford's next appointment in the ring.
All right, let's take a look at the summary of the evening now. It all started out with this Mikhail Zuzki and Prince Doku Jr. You see, we go to round number 4 here, and that's a big knockout round for Mikhail Zuzki. Zuzki took him a while to get going against this big awkward guy, and finally he just pummels him and beats him to submission. And it's a 4th round knockout victory for Mikhail Zuzki. Then came and did what he intended to do. And then, of course, in our main event of the evening, the fight you've just seen, it was sensational. And I give Christina a chance for you to come in here and make a comment on what you saw during the course of the fight.
I think we saw a star tonight in Terence Crawford. A lot of questions about his record and the quality of his opponents, but he stepped up with the whole hometown on his back behind him, and he showed composure, he showed power, he showed his chin. And I do give credit for Gamboa for going out there and giving it all he had, but he was just outmatched tonight in Terence Crawford.
And now it's coming to the end for Yuriorkis Gamboa as he's getting pummeled now with really hard shots by the champion. And then in the 9th and final round, you'll see Gamboa. For one stage, we actually thought it hurt Crawford a little bit. And Crawford said, yeah, he got me with a good punch. But it was Crawford finishing very strong. And the final uppercut, and Gina Rodriguez had seen enough. And that's all she wrote.
USA, still
that's it. Terence Crawford retains his WBO lightweight championship of the world. I want to thank our statisticians Lee Samuels and Ricardo Jimenez tonight, and of course our producer and director Marty Corwin for the fine job, and our stage manager Julie. Thanks for all your help tonight as well. So that's it. A big win for Terence Crawford. He's fashion. Terence Crawford, the WBO lightweight champion of the world. Good night, everybody. So long from Omaha.